mitral stenosis, well, you're having an issue in which the orifice between the mitral valve or between the left atrium and the left ventricle has become narrowed. Major cause, well, rheumatic heart disease yet once again. So let's just collectively think about this one more time. If it is a patient, a child, perhaps who had pharyngitis and wasn't properly treated for the streptococcal infection, 2 to 4 weeks later ended up developing issues within, the heart, and you would call that rheumatic heart disease. But one thing that I want to get away from so that you understand the big picture of rheumatic heart disease, is it only the endocardium that will be affected, rheumatic heart disease? The operative word here is heart. Granted, if you are talking about damage to the valves, then what part of the heart are you in? Meaning to say, in terms of positioning, you're in the endocardium, so therefore the endocarditis would then give rise to the valvular heart problems, wouldn't it, in rheumatic heart disease? But then, could you have issues with the myocardium, myocarditis? Of course you could. But that wouldn't lead into valvular heart disease, but that would be myocarditis. Still part of the heart. And then please don't forget, you can have rheumatic heart disease in which you could have pericarditis, correct? So these are things that when you talk about rheumatic fever as a whole, and you're thinking about rheumatic heart disease as being a component of what's known as your Major Jones criteria, you remember that? One of them is pancarditis. What we're dealing with specifically, and what we have been dealing with here specifically, has been the endocarditis component of rheumatic heart disease. Is that clear? I hope so. Now, with endocarditis taking place due to rheumatic heart disease, early on, the damage that's taking place to the valves, what's our topic here? Stenosis. Not early on. Early on, it would be what kind of issues, please? Regurgitation. What side of the heart are you paying attention to? Left side. What are they? Aortic and maybe the mitral regurg issues. Our topic here is stenosis. And I've mentioned this a few times. Let's do it once more. When you have repair process taking place due to damage, which is occurring here due to rheumatic heart disease, then the repair process will result in later on, chronically, as mitral stenosis. So, Dr. Raj, you're telling me in rheumatic heart disease that there could potentially be 4 different valvular heart diseases? That's exactly what I'm telling you. 2 of those will be early with regurgitation. 2 of those will be later on, chronically with stenosis. Right now, we're dealing with mitral stenosis. Let's continue. Now, the pathophys, as the valve area gets smaller, orifice, where is there going to be more work? A left atrium. As you increase the pressure and such in the left atrium, then please understand, how would you measure this clinically? PCWP. Pulmonary wedge capillary pressure, right? PWCP. And that would be a Swan-Ganz catheter in which once you get it wedged in your pulmonary blood vessels, you're going to be measuring the pressure where? Downstream, right? And so therefore, can you expect your left atrial pressure to be increased? Oh my goodness. Isn't that the main feature of mitral stenosis? The pulmonary blood vessels will be affected, and early on, you will have pulmonary edema. That is not a good thing.